The clip you are about to watch is that of a young man who continues to raise the PPS banner up high through academic excellence, Emmanuel Makhura. His has been a journey of commitment and unwavering focus. Right from his Form 5 through his tertiary schooling days, we have seen him rise from strength to strength as one of the PPS diamonds. This is Emmanuel addressing the PPS students.
My name is Emmanuel Makhura. Indeed, people of God, the gospel of God's grace challenges and changes everything. Through the program of PPS, I have grown from strength to strength. Day by day, I become somebody who is better and greater. People of God, being in tertiary is not a small thing. It's a whole new environment. But when you get into that environment, with the messages of the man of God that he gives us each and every meeting, you can make it and you can overcome.
On a number of occasions, Emmanuel received words of prophecy from the man of God pertaining to his future.
Look at the young man. I believe 2-3 years ago he came out. He did this Form 5. He passed this Form 5 with what? Is it 48? You still remember? But you know the challenges that our kids are facing. We've got many that really did well with their Form 5. But right now, due to the challenges, many challenges that they face at tertiary, they're no longer, performing the same way. The brother is saying, whatever I had from God, I still treasured in my heart. And due to that, he's still up, doing very well. If you got the spirit of which he was testifying, you will agree with me that this is a leader in the making. Am I true or not? The life, you realize that the content, that's a leader.
The day of his graduation from the Botswana International University of Science and Technology. In preparation for the day ahead, he sets out his attire: a well-tailored suit, an exquisite pair of shoes, and a classy wristwatch to complete his outfit. All dapper, Emmanuel is dressed up, adorned in his graduation gown, making his way to the BIUST school campus, his home for the past 5 years, where he had been studying to become a chemical engineer. There, he joins his fellow graduates, the BIUST class of 2019. The proceedings of the day begin with the arrival of the delegates, ambassadors of various countries, ministers, chiefs, and representatives of different companies. Soon after, the graduating class makes their way into the auditorium. Joy and excitement are but an understatement of the ambience created as they walk in pairs. As calm as can be, Emmanuel is among them. The various delegates take to the podium to give their speeches and encourage the graduating class. Following this, the long-awaited moment finally arrives: the award ceremony. One by one, the graduates go upstage to receive the fruit of their toil. At the zenith of the engineering class is Emmanuel Makhura, graduating top of his peers with a first-class degree. In an instant, his name reverberates throughout the arena as he is called upstage numerous times.
I call on Mr. of the Botswana Diamond Company to present the Botswana Award to the best student in the Department of Chemical Materials. Award to the best overall student in the Faculty of Engineering. very class. The award goes to Emmanuel Makhura.
He takes the limelight as not only the best in his department, the best in the entire Faculty of Engineering, but as well the overall best student and valedictorian of the BIUST class of 2019. Taking to the stage, Emmanuel strings together words of wisdom, delivering a speech that marvels all.
My name is Emmanuel Makhura. I am the first valedictorian to come from the Faculty of Engineering. First, allow me to give thanks to the greatest engineer of all time, that is Jesus Christ. I give thanks to my mother, my sisters, and Prophet Cedric. To succeed at BIUST, I had to use the power of choice which was before me, for tomorrow might have been too late for my aspirations. I chose to divert my attention to my academics and kept my dream alive by mailing my books, committing to complete assignments on time, and divorcing the things that are a hindrance to my dream. Ladies and gentlemen, it was not easy. It was painful. I found out that discipline was a painful process, but with a wonderful outcome. Ladies and gentlemen, life is a journey. Time is a challenge, but character is a must-have because it is the platform of life. I would like to leave you with a quote from Prophet Cedric. Sacrifice does not end for successful people. Congratulations, class of 2019. Thank you.
Emmanuel Makhura, the name sought after by media houses of all sorts. From radio interviews to television, all could not help but seek after his attention so as to find out the secret behind his success. His family, professors, and peers had a mouthful to say about him. Let us hear from them.
My name is Sharbanagaki. I'm professor of chemical engineering. I'm coming from Romania. I'm professor since 1982. I taught the first course in chemical engineering for this series of graduates who are graduating now. I remember very well the first PowerPoint I presented them was about attitude. Which attitude you should have to be successful. Not only yourself, to be successful for your society, in general to be successful. So you need a very good attitude. And I saw, I don't know if he remembers that PowerPoint, but I saw he has a very good attitude. I noticed him from the very beginning. And I remember I told his class, look at him because he's the best of you. He did a lot. Because he was committed. I was extremely impressed by his understanding of mathematics. Of course, we are doing a lot around him for his success. But he is the main hero, the main actor, player. Otherwise, the only thing I told him is take profit of the opportunities we are giving to you. And he took. He is clever, he is a hard worker. Not only that, he believes in himself, in his capability. He's a good guy. I like him. I like him very much. He is staying with me now. I told him my house is open for you whenever you come to Palapur. But also it was a very practical reason because we are working together to one book. Yeah, it's the second edition of this book. It's published in one of the best printing houses in the world. Is De Gruyter. Is a Berlin printing house with a branch in Boston, in America, but it's German. And they invited me to write this, the second edition of this. And I said, okay, I accept, but I take Emmanuel with me to write. And I'm very happy he also accepted, because if he would have been lazy, yeah, he wouldn't have accepted, but he's not. I'm very, very proud of him, because, you know, I'm very sure we contribute a little bit to his success. The main player is he, but we help him a lot. And I'm very proud that during my life I had very many good students like him. Some of them are professors in the best university in the United States, in America, in England. So what an advice I can give to him is that to you, is to be humble. Be modest and humble. Yeah, it's very important. Good luck, Emmanuel. You know, I recommended him to Botswana. I'm thinking his profile is to be an academic, a professor. He's good at that. Welcome in the real world.
Thank you.
Good morning. Lina lame ke bidwa Elsa Makhura ka ha BIUST gompieno ka graduation ya ngwanaike wa mosimane. Ke itumetse thata ka ha irileng ka teng, ke leboga modimo ka ha irileng ka teng, ke leboga 3G Ministries, ke leboga PPS se Professor Cedric a se irileng ka ene ha ene se modimo a ka ba sa ithagaleng teng. I thank God for everything. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Cedric. I'm a chemical engineering graduate. I came to know Emmanuel Makhura 4 years ago when we started attending the same course, because at first he was doing chemical sciences and I was doing computer science. Upon meeting Emmanuel, I got to see something that I rarely ever see in life, which is somebody whose character is true and never really changes, honestly, because Emmanuel was so dedicated to his schoolwork. Like, I had never seen anyone ever like that, because he was always there. He would spend sleepless nights, always there reading, pushing side projects, the ones he mentioned earlier on his achievements. He was always eager to help everyone, because I could knock at his door at 3 a.m. in the morning, and he would always be willing to help me. He would never chase me away, give excuses, or hide behind his own work. He would always give up his own work to help me a lot. You see, he really did care about other students' welfare, because even when like many times I would want to sleep, and he would call me about 25 times a night telling me, no, my friend, you need to wake up, you need to study, because this relaxing thing, you don't have time, because you see, time is what you make of it. So, and it really helped me, because I could see that I was drowning in my schoolwork, but I always tried to hide behind sleep. And he made me realize that is wrong. And then I started pushing, and then I'm here, top 5 of the class, and I'm very grateful to him. And as well, he didn't only help academically. He was always there whenever you needed help. Financially, he would assist. Spiritually as well, he would always give a word of faith. So he was a complete guy. He was a humble guy. Despite all his achievements, he never really boasted at any given time. So yeah, that's Emmanuel for you at the end of the day. Yeah.
Hello everybody, my name is Toto. I was doing computer and telecommunications engineering. I met Emma through the Faculty of Engineering. It has been an honor to work with Emma. We were friends at some point, and he really helped me in most of the modules I was doing together with him. The thing that I liked about Emma is that he could help everybody with passion, and he would make sure that you understand whenever he helped you. And this is what really inspired me every time. The way Emma was committed to his schoolwork was captivating. Was captivating. It was always good to know and work with him. Whenever he had something to do, you would actually see that this person, he's working towards what he really wanted, and that's what he was doing all the time. There was never a time you'd find Emmanuel idling around. Whenever you saw him, he was doing something to build his future. He inspired everybody around him, I included, together with all his classmates. because I remember I was friends with people from his class, and all of them, they were always inspired to do their work in time. Whenever they had problems, the first person they would think of is Emmanuel. So it's an honor to him, and I really congratulate him and thank God for his life.
Emmanuel attributes his success to no one except God.
I thank the man of God for what he has done. I thank the man of God for the help, each and everything that he has done for me. I really appreciate the love that he has given me. I appreciate, and I would like to say thank you, Prophet Cedric, and God bless you. Today I'm very happy because I looked very smart on my graduation day. I was just like other kids and even much better than them only because of the man of God. From the hood or the hat that I'm putting on to my shoes, this is all the man of God. Without him, I don't know where would I be. The grace of God is sufficient for the church. My name is Emmanuel Makhura. I am a graduate in chemical engineering from Botswana International University of Science and Technology. I am standing before you as a shining PPS diamond. First, I would like to thank the greatest engineer of all time, that is Jesus Christ. I would also like to thank the man of God who has been with me throughout this journey. He supported me materially, spiritually, mentally, in each and every aspect of my life. He has been there. And for that, I say thank you, Prophet Cedric. Today, I am standing before the church to give my short but inspirational journey of my academics. So I started when I finished my Form 5 in 2013. Like many African kids or African youth, I wanted to pursue my studies in the Western world. But the points that I had obtained were only a star short for me to go into the A-levels. By then, somebody would have thought that this is the end of Emmanuel, but God had other plans for me. I applied to Botswana International University of Science and Technology, and I was accepted or offered to do chemical engineering. Before I started at BIUST, I remember very well, the man of God gave my mother a prophecy, but I accompanied my mother in that prophecy. And the man of God gave me a prophecy as well. The prophecy said, to show you that you met a true man of God, to show you that you met a prophet, you shall be one of the most talked about. Little did I know that that was a start or a spark to my great future.
Yes, he hold that one. Why? Because when he received this prophecy, is it 5 years back? I even forgot myself that he received a prophecy where the Holy Spirit told him that if you truly met a servant of God, you will be the top of the tower. This is when he finished Form 5.
I started in BIUST, I started my first year. When I started my first year, I took with me the messages of the man of God. I remember the messages like, we should run our race in faith. We know that in a race, many runners run, but it is only those who run so as to get the prize that shall get the prize at the end of the day. So I knew that the moment I step into tertiary, I should run my race as someone who wants to get the prize at the end of the day. So in my first year, I went through the first semester, and I did well in that semester. Immediately after first semester, the man of God preached a message titled The Power of Choice. This is the message that set me apart for greatness. This is the message that has been an engine in my life. In that message, the man of God told us that it is now when we are young where we choose where we want to go. It is now when we are young where we can set ourselves for a greater future. And in that moment, I knew that I had to make a choice. I knew that I shouldn't wait for tomorrow might be too late for my aspirations. So it was then that I decided to continue working hard, to continue a man of character, to continue a young boy of discipline. And in my second semester, I continued to excel in my academics. I got a GPA of 4.76, making an average of 4.77 for my first semester. By then, I thought that I am set for greatness. In my second year, I continued to work hard using the messages of the man of God. I remember messages that took me through second year. It was, be conscious of your dream. He advised us, just like Joseph, who was conscious of his dream, so as well we must be conscious of our dream, because our dream is strong, our dream has strength, our dream has power, and our dream shall change who we are. After my second year, the results were released, and that year I didn't do very well. It was one of the years that I obtained one of my lowest GPAs in my 5 years. I got a GPA of 4.56. It was one of my lowest GPAs for first semester and second semester. So by then, a news started going around school that Emmanuel got one of the lowest GPAs. Some said I have started dating. Some said I performed well because it was first year. So now it was the end of Emmanuel because I am not intelligent. Some started making up stories that I am failing because I'm spending most of the time helping others. They said I should focus more on doing my schoolwork rather than helping others. I remember one boy, he was doing very well by then. He came to me and then he said, 2019, I will be the valedictorian, referring to him. He didn't know that he was setting a bomb, that he didn't have a code to stop it. Because it was after what he said that I started now working or putting more effort. By then, I didn't respond. When he told me, I just looked at him and I smiled. But I knew he had started a chemical reaction that he didn't know how it will end. So second year passed. He knew that he was doing well. I went on to third year. And along my journey, I continued to face challenges. Like people will want to know, where am I living as a man of character? Why am I not doing what they were doing? Why am I not smoking? Why am I not dating? Why am I not enjoying or partying? But I knew I have a dream. So by then I came to the man of God. And the man of God advised me, young man, in our journey of Christianity, it doesn't mean that we will not be challenged. Christianity is not a walk in the park. He told me, man up and go on. You will see that you'll make it in the coming years. I went on to third year and I continued being a man of character. I continued being a man of discipline. I continued committing to my reading schedule. I continued helping others as they needed my help. And God continued to do greater things in my life. Some even went to the extent of telling me that I've been paid or I've been promised a lot of money to continue living a life of discipline, but they didn't know I had a dream. So in my third year, I managed to pick my GPA as the man of God has said. He told me that don't worry, this is just a hurdle. You will get over it. And in my third year, I got a GPA of 4.66 both semesters. And in my fourth year, now God was revealing what He wanted me to achieve. Because by then, I obtained one of the highest GPAs of 4.88 first semester out of 5. And in my second semester, I obtained a GPA of 4.9 out of 5. Now the guy who in second year told me that he will be the valedictorian, he started being interested in my life. He asked me bits and pieces of my life. What's your GPA? How do you read? And I knew he knows that something is happening. I didn't allow him to disturb my dream. I pressed on. I continued pressing hard. And through discipline and character, in my final semesters, I also managed to do well. I can show you the results in the board. These are my transcripts for the 5 years. This is the GPA that I got first semester, 4.75 year 1. I did an average of 4.77 for year 1, an average of 4.65 for year 2. I did an average of 4.6 for year 3. So this was after I failed my second semester. You can see a GPA of 4.5 out of 5. So this was my lowest GPA in 5 years. And then I continued to doing very well. You can see here a GPA of 4.88 and a GPA of 4.9. And at the end of it all, I graduated with 4.67. It's a cum laude, first class. To show you that my journey was not smooth, as I said, so this is one of the papers where I had obtained a 50%. To show you that it was not a smooth journey, it had ups and downs. But this is one of the papers where I had obtained, it was not my highest, but it was one of the highest. It was 98. As well, in my 5 years, I had been involved in a number of extracurricular activities. I was not only focused on schoolwork. In my second year, I written a paper on a project that I did titled Pyrolysis of Plastics. So this is the paper. It's published. It's accessible online. You can just Google Emmanuel Makhura. The paper will come out. The project here, it was pyrolysis of plastics. That is the burning of plastics to produce fuel. And then in my third year, I wrote another paper. It was on pitcher-trop synthesis. Pitcher-trop is the use of coal to produce fuels as well. So I wrote another paper. You can see Emmanuel as the first author. And then I wrote 3 more papers on top of the 2 that I just narrated. You can see here Emmanuel is the first author. Emmanuel is the first author. Emmanuel is the first author. So on in all, I have written 5 academic papers in my 5 years. 2 of the papers, they are accessible online. 3 of them, I'm still waiting them to be published online. As well, I've been involved, I've been a resident assistant. So in this, the responsibilities that I had were to take care of people or other students in the residence. And then I was also employed by Pyrocarbon Energy. It's a company that is subcontracted under BIUST. I was working with them on a poultry litter pyrolysis project. This one, I was paid on hourly basis. It was 65 kula per hour. So with this company, we had to design a pyrolysis plant. To continue narrating for the church, some of my accomplishments, I participated in the CEDA DBSA University Challenge in 2018. and I ended in top 5. So this is one of the newspapers. So this one, it was top 10 for the same competition. So here is Emmanuel giving a presentation on the same competition. And here is Emmanuel with Vice Chancellor of BIUST. We were at the grand finale of the competition. So to share with the church how the man of God has been helping me. So this suit, it came from the wardrobe of the man of God. So in this competition, there were over 200 applicants, and I managed to end at top 5, and for that I was awarded 10,000 pula. Now going to my graduation day, it was one of the best days of my life. I don't know how I can explain it, but I was very happy, emotional. On that day, I was awarded 3 biggest awards. I was awarded an award for being the best in the Department of Chemical, Materials and Metallurgical Engineering. So this is the award that I received. With this prize came a cash prize of 5,000 pula from Botswana. To add on to that, I was also awarded for being the best in the Faculty of Engineering. So this is the award that I was given. With this award came a cash prize from BTCL of 10,000 pula. Last but not least, I got one of the highest honors in the school. It was for the first time that a student from engineering got the Valedictorian award. And history has been made.
And he started coming to church. From there, he took off 4 point this, 4 point this. The last one now, he said it was 4.88 out of 5. This is GPA. Is it not amazing? Yes. He's not dropping. He's going. And how many today can you really say the same is happening to them? How many today, your children? The academic of many is epileptic, but this one is talking skyrocket. I believe if he hold on, God can give him the grace to set history.
For that, I got this award and a cash prize of 20,000 pula from Stanbic Bank. Here are some of the pictures from the day. Here I was receiving an award from the department. This one, I was with a representative of BTC, where I got a check of 10,000 pula. Here I was with my professor, as you heard him giving me a word of advice that I should remain humble despite my achievements. And here I was with a representative from Stanbic, where I received a cash prize of 20,000 pula for the big prize, the Valedictorian. And here, it was me giving an interview. It was a live interview on GAPS FM. Here I was with my family. As you can see, we are very happy. And here I was with Vice Chancellor of BIUST. He was shaking my hand and congratulating me on my achievements. I would like to highlight this to the church. On the day, because I was the valedictorian, I had to give a speech. And I gave one of the most inspirational speeches of my life. Because after the speech, many people came to me. Others, they were telling me that they were crying. Others said they want to use my speech to motivate their kids. It was the speech that I wrote using the words of the man of God. It was not my own words, but the words of my father and my mentor in the Lord, Prophet Cedric. And lastly, here is my degree certificate. This is to certify that Makhura Emmanuel Pex, having fulfilled the requirements for the completion of the degree as prescribed, Bachelor of Engineering in Chemical Engineering. The guy who you saw who said I woke him 25 times, he's one of those who doubted me. He said, I know you are intelligent, but you will never be the valedictorian. But after hearing that I am the valedictorian, he came to me and said, I have learned my lesson, that the race is not for the beginner, but for the one who owns it. Church, this is what I have realized. Many of us PPS Diamonds, we come to church, we listen to the messages of the man of God, but immediately when we leave here, we go in groups and we begin to talk, we begin to listen to those who are negative among us, and those people are destroying our dreams, because it is possible for each and everyone in PPS to do better and to excel in their academics. So I am saying to you right now, don't listen to those who have already given up, because we don't know their reason of giving up. So set your own bar, set your own targets, and make sure that through discipline and character, you achieve them. There were times when I look back during my tertiary life, because the things or the way I used to overcome challenges was the messages or the testimonies that I heard from this place. So I always told other students that if not of the man of God, if not of the messages of PPS, messages like the power of choice, divert your attention to your academics, whatever you do is a seed. I wouldn't be here this morning. I am only here because of obedience to the words that I heard from the man of God, as inspired by the Holy Spirit. We also know that the man of God does not support social media for us youngsters or us as students, because this is an enemy to our academics. But immediately I finished my tertiary, the man of God blessed me with a Samsung. So this is the phone that I received from the man of God. It's a Samsung S7. I learned this from my father in the Lord, Prophet Cedric, because when I started my first year, I forgot to mention this. The man of God by then blessed me with a sum of 1,000 pula for me to start a new life in tertiary. And then I started seeing or perceiving the spirit of giving in a new way. I realized that we shouldn't give because we know someone or because we have interacted in any way before. You give because this is our assignment as Christians. So it was then that I decided that I will help each and everyone, no matter who they are or what they are doing in their lives. So I learned this from my father in the Lord, my mentor and my guide, Prophet Cedric. There is one aspect, that aspect is the aspect of obedience. The man of God always talks about obedience, that we should be obedient to the word of God. We should maintain character and discipline, and we shall see that our lives will never be the same, or our walk, our journey with Christ will never be a struggle, but a smooth journey. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.